Hello, and welcome to Ianterviews. Today here with us we have Nate McFadden, Director of Athletics and Recreation here at Trent. Thank you for sitting down with us.
My pleasure.
Why don't we start off by just going over what you do here at Trent?
I'm the Director of Athletics and Recreation, as you mentioned. I handle and oversee all of our varsity program, all of our facilities, all of our recreation, our pools, our fitness center, and all of our camp programming. So those would be 5 of the biggest buckets that we have, but certainly lots more that goes along with that. But those are kind of the 5 probably big areas.
What brought you to Trent? You got your degree out in New Brunswick. You served at Fanshawe in roughly the same position. What drew you here?
After UMB, I went to into pro hockey. That's kind of where my passion and love was for sports. So I went into hockey administration with that for close to 20 years, and was in the American Hockey League and worked for the Leafs and a few other NHL organizations over that time all across North America. But had originally started in the athletics department at UMB. When I was working on my master's degree there, and always knew that was something that really kind of piqued my interest in watching our athletic director there at the time. Always thought that would be something that I'd be very interested in if hockey kind of didn't take the course that I wanted or I wanted to change. So ended up having an opportunity that came up at Fanshawe College in London. Really enjoyed my time there. I was there for a decade or so. And did some amazing things there with a great group of people, and then was looking to get back to the university level where I kind of started out at UMB, and really wanted to be part of a 4-year program and things like that. So this opportunity came up, and my wife is alumni from Trent, so that was definitely a pull in this direction. And family-wise, I have in-laws that live in Ottawa with my wife's family, so it was half a distance shorter than it is to London. So that was certainly something that was a positive for our family too. And my son just started here at Trent last fall, so he just recently completed his first year. So have another Trent alumni here eventually in 3 years' time.
Yeah. You yourself were a student athlete and competed on the university level, was it? Or
no, I wish I was. I worked with the hockey team there. I originally wanted to go into coaching. That was my initial goal, was to be a hockey coach, and worked with our hockey coach there, and he thought the best thing for me to do was be around the team on a daily basis. So I managed the team from the kind of equipment manager, team manager side, and was able to be in the locker room and at all different points of time to observe him and what he did and said, and different things that would go on with the team. In addition to kind of the duties of supporting the team as well. So I did that for a couple of years, my second and third year of I guess first and second year, I guess, of university, and really enjoyed that. Gave me a real good insight into that component. He went on to certainly great success coaching the Canadian national team and coaching the NHL for a lot of years, mostly with Vancouver and LA, and was the head coach of the Penguins in Pittsburgh for a couple of years as well, before going back to major junior hockey in Portland. But certainly was a mentor of mine and someone that is very respected in the game. And but certainly when I was kind of finishing up my master's and did an internship in St. John with the Flames at the time, which is Calgary's AHL affiliate, that was something where I was really looking to get into the hockey operations side. Knew that coaching was going to take probably a number of more years at a volunteer level to be able to get to potentially a paid position. So didn't have kind of the time to go into that. So, but certainly got involved in the hockey operations side in St. John, and it went quickly from there.
And on the athletic center itself, since you joined in October of 2023, correct?
Yes.
The athletic center has gone through a variety of renovations. The gym floor has been redone. The workout area, is that what's it called?
Yeah, our fitness center and high
fitness
performance.
Center, yes.
High performance center,
The fitness center has been redone. It's been a whole new feng shui.
Yes.
What else haven't I mentioned? Is there any other big projects coming up?
Yeah, I think the first one, when it was mostly completed by Leslie Spooner and our existing staff, and I got here, kind of just put the last help put the finishing touches on it, was our pool. Was getting that completed over those first 3 or 4 months, and getting our operations up and running after being down for a couple of years. So
I was going to say, how long was the pool out
yeah,
of
it was
commission?
about 2 years,
2 years,
that
yeah.
it was out of commission while those renovations were going on. So that was a big undertaking to get all those operations back and kind of get all the machine parts working again, not from a physical standpoint, but just from an operational standpoint of having the programming in place and for all the different things that we do in the pool. And our staff was obviously phenomenal in getting all that stuff put together and for our customers and our students. So that was a very big addition right off the hop that we certainly I didn't start, just helped again kind of get that across the finish line. But a big thing for our community to get that back, because it is very, very much a central piece of the Peterborough community with that pool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've swum there a lot, and there's always a lot of senior citizens and community members also using it.
Absolutely. So yeah, so that was certainly a big one. We also built an athletic therapy space. We didn't have. We hired a full-time athletic therapist, and then we needed a space for her to do her work in. That's something that is very valuable to our varsity program.
Is she a part of Trent Health in Motion?
No, she is part of our athletics department.
Strictly. Oh.
Yeah, and she does a phenomenal job, Nicole Menard, and we're so fortunate to have her and everything that she brings with her. For our student athletes, certainly extremely well received. It's a necessary part of any high performance program.
Part of the reason why I reached out to you actually was because I cover volleyball specifically, but I know a couple of the other teams, and they all spoke very highly of you. That's actually what led to me wanting to sit down with you.
Yeah, that cost me a lot of money, so I do need to get a way to keep that going. But no, we have a phenomenal group of student athletes. They're so much fun to be around, and just trying to serve them to the best of our ability to put them in positions to be successful in their athletic careers and support them in their academic careers. But they're really an eager bunch of student athletes that really want to push the bars and push the limits of what Trent has done in the past, and understand that the standards are different now from when before I got here, and that they certainly have standards to live up to, and they are high ones, and there's a lot of work and accountability that goes into that, but they have all shown a great interest in really wanting to push that envelope, and again leave here with great traditions and accomplishments, and moving the programs respectively forward. Again, it's just so much fun to watch them compete and do what they do so well, and watch their high levels of skill, and bring tremendous pride to the university and the Excalibur logo.
This was a question submitted to me by a community member, not an athlete. Is there any plans to ever add a varsity exclusive gym or partition the gym in any way to give athletes specifically their own time? Or?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it that way. I would say that's kind of a 50-50 one, and that certainly identified within the first couple of days that I don't think it was any secret that we need a new gymnasium. We are bursting at the seams as far as all of our space is concerned. There isn't almost a day that goes by in our department where we don't have some type of a space discussion of where to put things, or whether it's a new program, an existing program that's grown, or just equipment to be able to that we need for those programs to run. So those things are constant conversations, but we definitely need a new gymnasium based on just the sheer growth of the university over the years. Obviously, a double gym doesn't suit with having close to 13,000 students. Our student body or recreation, just in the past year, Dino Trematis is our campus recreation coordinator. our campus rec has grown by 66% participation rate year over year during 2024-25. So we need more space, and our students need more space. Our varsity teams need more space. Community needs more space. So having a gym, yes. Varsity only, no. That's not something that I would ever entertain for that piece.
Would you ever entertain a specific varsity fitness center or fitness area?
We were doing that initially. Before I got here, there was kind of a thought process on that into the old cafe space that is downstairs. And we did entertain that a little bit, but very quickly pivoted from that because it wasn't going to be suitable, big enough space for what they need. And some of the equipment, due to the ceiling height, wouldn't really fit in there adequately. I'm very much a proponent of multi-use spaces. So that's where we really turned to look at our existing fitness center, which again is just jam-packed, which is phenomenal that our students are using it in our community. But there were some, how do we make that better without expanding the walls, essentially? So we revamped the layout of it to help the congestion at different pain points that we had for machines. So we had a consultant come in and do that.
I have heard, I did a kind of a qualitative assessment asking around, and I think only one out of like the 8 people I asked that go to the gym regularly said they really enjoyed the changes, and only one person, the one person that said they didn't like it, was because they said they weren't close enough to a mirror. So I don't know. I don't know if that's really an important criticism.
It is. I don't know if it's a criticism. It's a valid point for sure. And we just did add actually some new mirrors in there about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They were part of the original thought of the program, but there's the main piece of it opened back in end of February with the new layout and putting in that purposeful high performance strength and conditioning area for our student athletes, which is mostly that kind of first floor piece of the layout. It's unique to Peterborough. There aren't other fitness centers that have that capability in there. So that's something that is helpful for our community members. But again, making that multi-purpose so that it is for all of our students, not just our varsity student athletes, but it serves the need of the varsity student athletes, because previously they had to bus an hour to get to a proper facility. So now that they obviously don't have to do that, allows them more time for their studies and various other things, and to be able to train as a group, which is a very key component of that as well. We added a strength and conditioning part-time coach as well this year, so that will help that aspect of our varsity program, which was certainly lacking in past years. So yeah, just benefiting the community, our students and varsity with all the same kind of project was a big plus for us, versus again trying to stay away from a varsity only kind of setup as far as that goes. Just again with a limited space and trying to help a lot of different areas and pain points. I think we're very successful in doing that, and it's certainly been extremely well received. The problem I guess we've had is we've had even more students now that love it so much they're coming in there, and it's increased our population use as far as that goes. But the good news is they're not hitting those pain points when you see them have to wait 20 minutes or something to get on a machine. Now they can at least go through. It's busy, but everyone's on a machine. So.
And speaking to the cafe, is there any plans to replace 76 SIPs, I think it was?
No, that we changed that into our new athletic therapy office.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so that is our new athletic therapy space in there. So that's where all of our varsity student athletes will go for rehab and physio, and that's Nicole Menard's new office.
Was there any upcoming infrastructure improvements or any big events that you wanted to speak to? Anything major coming down the pipeline?
I think the upcoming year, hosting-wise, we're hosting the OUA Women's Fencing Provincial Championships. That'll be in January 30th to February the 1st. Right now, we're looking at a potential site. It won't be here on campus just because we don't have a big enough space in our gym to host that event. So we'll host that off campus, and then the following year we'll be hosting the OUA Women's Lacrosse Provincial Championships here at our Justin Chu Stadium, and that'll be a really, really exciting event for us to host. We're really looking forward to that one. As far as kind of provincials are slated for that. But we have bus wraps that we're getting for our varsity buses that we travel on. So that'll be a first for Trent. So we'll have one for the fall and another one not long after that. So we're really excited to be able to provide that for varsity student athletes. That'll be a really exciting component for them to travel on.
Do you have a proudest moment here at Trent so far? I know you're coming up on your second year here almost. Is there any moment, any event that you're particularly proud of?
I think that I'm big on facilities. I really enjoy that part of the role. Built a lot of things in my past stops along the way. So I think transforming our gymnasium into a really home court for our teams, with a show court, something that they can be very proud to play on every day and practice. And for when visiting teams come in, they know that it's not just a neutral floor. Like, this is clearly the home of the Trent Excalibur. Transforming the gym space and doing some painting and banners and things like that we've done. Certainly more plans on that as we go forward, but just transforming that space has been something that I'm really proud of. And I think from a team standpoint, certainly the past year, with our men's volleyball team setting a number of records of 100% increase in their win total, beating an opponent for the first time other than our MC when we beat Brock, and then obviously that was a super exciting experience for that team and those individuals, and then to cap off the season, to beat a nationally ranked opponent for the first time ever in that program's history, taking down number 6 Queens at the time and taking them to 5 the next day too. That was a pretty special moment that really those players were so excited about, and I was so excited for them. And as I told them after the game, I wasn't surprised. I knew it was coming. They just had to believe in themselves because we had the ability to do those things. So I really think that, they're a great prime example of what we're going to do, not just aspirationally, but what we're about to do with some of our other teams as well, is how we've transformed them over the last year and a half to put them in a position to be successful. And again, it just gets back to, we have the right people in place for a lot of those teams, just they have to believe in themselves. Learning how to win is part of the process, and that's what it is a process. And as long as they are willing to put in the work and stick to that, stick together, because there are hard times that you go through. But as you could see with the men's volleyball team, they came out and going into next season, the kind of the sky's the limit for those individuals, and they certainly have a great belief in their ability now going forward. Confidence that they've never had in the past when they go into games, that they're not the second best team on that court. They can beat anyone on that other side of the net, which is firmly what I believe, and they don't have to look down to anyone. And that's something that I want to instill in our program. With we've done it with them, I think, at this point, and we want to make sure that our other teams are that same way, because that's how I look at it. Certainly, we take a backseat to any other program, regardless of their size or anything like that. And we might be small, but we're mighty, and we're going to give you every single bit of battle in our bodies, and we'll see what the scoreboard says at the end of the day.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. Bye.